My childhood friend, said Menshitio, who would fall in love with the girl who grew up next door, but I still remember how he called me Etzpichel, his wife, with such devotion under the northern lights. My childhood friend Richard Davis complained about the stress of grad school applications, sweet-talking me into being intimate with him. Afterward, he couldn't get enough, pursuing me relentlessly for an entire year. Finding him too unromantic, I teased with a smile. When chasing a girl, remember to bring flowers. He kept kissing me, murmuring his agreement. Then came the day when Alicia Tate, the department beauty, confessed to him. Richard asked to meet me. Help me pick out some flowers later. You girls usually have similar tastes. Whatever you choose, I'm sure Alicia will love it. Faust. So, he did know that confessions should start with a bouquet. When Richard told me he'd accepted Alicia's confession, it felt like all the air around me froze. All the air around me froze. In all our years together, I'd never seen that expression on him before. I mumbled random responses, afraid that if I said too much, he'd notice something off in my voice. Janet, are you about to cry? He asked teasingly, raising his voice playfully. My hands trembled as I gripped the hem of my shirt. Richard knew me too well. He could pick up on my emotions from even the slightest change in expression. I couldn't lie to him, but I still tried to put up a front. I am just tired from all the stress lately. Perfect timing then. Help me pick out some flowers. It'll help you unwind. When he said, unwind, I couldn't help but feel a pang in my heart. Richard always used the same excuse to coax me into bed. The excitement in his voice was unmistakable. You were both girls and you picked it out. Alicia's bound to love it. Chat, Alicia was our department's beauty queen, gorgeous and pursued by many admirers, but I never knew Richard had feelings for her too. And where did that leave me? Asked, biting my lip. I fell silent for a few seconds, his face darkening. When he finally spoke, his expression was dead serious. Janet, don't tell me you are taking this seriously. You are just a childhood friend. Some things are just about mutual benefit, aren't they? His tone was calm, but each word cut like a knife. I taught him to give flowers when dating girls. In the past, he could never seem to remember. You never need to teach those who truly want to learn, as they say. He tucked my stray hair behind my ear with a mischievous smile. You've lived in my home for so many years. Examen sees you just like my little sister. Who could accept being with their sister? If I did that, what kind of person would that make me? His words hit me like a bucket of ice water, leaving me frozen to the core. I stared at the ground, fighting back tears. Us finals are coming up. I need to get back to my practice problems. With that, I rushed back to my dorm. I thought Richard saw me as his girlfriend. We rode Ferris wheels together and watched sunsets. He took me to see the northern lights. He'd kiss me passionately just as the sun rose. Richard, said I was like a sister to him. Yet every time we spent the night together in those intimate moments, he'd call me his wife. In Richard's eyes, it was all just a game. From start to finish, I was the only one who fell deep. The phone ringing snapped me out of my thoughts. Janet, have you been crying? My aunt Yvonne Watson could hear something was wrong. I pulled myself back from the memories. My reflection showed tears streaking down my face, and I quickly wiped them away, just stressed lately, and coming down with a cold. She finally let out a sigh of relief. Don't forget to take your medicine, and if you are really not feeling well, have Richard take you to the hospital. I nodded along to everything she said. Mentioning Richard made Yvonne seem to remember something. Oh right, Janet, have you told him about going abroad after your exams next month? He won't try to stop you from leaving again, will he? The year my parents passed away, Yvonne had planned to take me abroad, but Richard had grabbed my sleeve, begging me to stay. He said his house had many rooms, and I could live in any of them. His home would be my home, and he would be my family. Those words touched me deeply, and I turned down Yvonne's offer. Now, thinking about my future, Yvonne has invited me again to develop my career overseas with her.